Good afternoon, everyone. Good evening, good morning, wherever you are. I hope you're all having a great day. My name is Elena from Toronto, Ontario. And for those of you that follow me, of course, you know that I'm a digital entrepreneur. What does that mean? That means I work online rather than working in a stationary cubicle. Working online is the way to go. And the reason why I do that is because everybody is nowadays is online, whether we're streaming a movie, paying our bills, um, conversing with our family and friends on different platforms. Why not earn at the same time? But in the meantime, I want to just share with you today. I have a friend of mine, a colleague, a business partner, you call it. Her name is Nora. She comes from the page of Ben and Nora. And Nora comes from Neville, Saskatchewan. And I just want to bring her on because, I mean, she's a busy woman. And I want to share with you I want to know how she does it even with us running a successful digital business, because 4 boys, grandchildren, a full house, and a business, and a fire chief as well to boot. That can take you away from your family at any time. So let me bring on Nora so that she can tell us a little bit about herself. Hi, Nora. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Elena?
I'm great, thank you. I'm just getting over this acute sinusitis, so I hope my voice will carry me forward. I'll do my best. But I was just telling everybody about you are such a busy lady, fire chief of your community that can take you away from your family and your business at any time, and also running this digital business full time. And 4 boys, I know they're all grown, and also grandchildren. That's another thing that I know that they're love of our lives, and they keep us busy. But let me ask you. Just tell us a little bit about yourself. Excuse me.
Well, I do work from home with my digital business full time. My husband he's still working, but that's mainly because he enjoys playing with the big Tonka toys. So
Right.
because he operates heavy equipment. So and then yeah, I do this digital business, and I am the mayor and the fire chief of our community. We're in a small community, so you kind of play double duty uh, some of the time. And yeah, it's the nice thing is this digital business allows me to do that other stuff. So when I have to go, I'm good. I can go. So, and then we have a couple of grandchildren that live here in town, and they're at our place quite a bit. So I get to spend lots of time with them, which is always fun.
Right. That's busy enough as it is,
Yes.
right? Yeah, like how do you manage all that? I mean, you could be, like I said, you could be, taken away because being a fire chief. So I mean, hopefully fires don't happen all the time, but whatever part of that part of your of your work, could take you a few hours away from your day or
Yeah, it could be anywhere from, well, generally it's a minimum of 3 hours, but depending on what we're going to, we could be, 10 hours or longer. We've been out all night in -53 weather, putting out a barn. So
uh,
there's, you do what you got to do.
do what you got to do. And being a mayor too, that takes up a lot of time. I'm sure people, calling you or inquiries that you need to attend to, or meetings and or I don't know, presentations. Do you do that?
Yeah, that takes up a little bit of time, not much though. Like we have monthly meetings, and there's some training sessions that we go to, and then government relation meetings and stuff that we go to. And I do mayor summer school every summer.
Wow. And then you come across. How did you come across this, the digital business? Like, I mean, it kind of makes sense, but again, how did you incorporate all that? That's interesting enough.
Actually, my husband was the one that found it, and like Ben found it, and he checked it out, and he looked at it for a day or two and did a couple of things, and then he showed me the ad from, which is now our coach, and I just thought, I don't know. I was the skeptical one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
And you're
but
the one full time now.
I'm the one full time on it now. Yeah, but it was just till I got a chance to read some of this stuff, and once I read it, I knew this was the real thing. It was going to be a good business to get involved in. So.
And that basically explains how you can incorporate that with being a mayor and being a fire chief in your area, because this comes with you. That's that how it works.
Well, I can leave it, and it, because of the automation, as long as I spend time in our training and whatnot, but I can go to a fire or go to my meeting, and it's still working for me when I come back from it, and I don't have to worry about that.
Right. Awesome. That's what I like about it, is that I don't have to be at it 24/7, because the automation is 24/7, right?
Yeah, and the fact that I can have it on both my laptop and my phone, so if I'm at a fire and something needs to be attended to, even though I shouldn't do that.
Yeah, right. Maybe not.
Then I could if I
Let
had.
me take a moment here. Put the fire. Hold on to the fire until I answer this. Maybe not.
I've never done that.
No, I know.
No, never done that. So, but yeah, it's nice that it is portable. That's even better. Like when we go on holidays, we take our laptop with us, and we're able to continue to work from wherever we're at.
Right. As long as there's Wi-Fi.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
But okay, so like, what's like, can we just maybe elaborate a little bit? Like, and I think everybody runs their business similar, but like you said, that there's the training, and there's like there's different aspects. Maybe you can just share what on a daily basis what happens, in your way of with the business, how it runs, how it's running.
Okay. So I'm generally between 8 and 9. I'm on the computer already, because I like to get an early start. And then the first thing I look at is the updates to see if there's anything new that I need to implement, because with our training site, whenever there's a change, they make a post about it, in our admin system, so we can go in and look, and it might be the way that we have to do a specific thing has changed, so now you need to do it this way. So you go in and you check that every day. And then I look at one of our tabs, because our training is there's a lot to it, which is really nice, because you don't really have to think about what it is that you're doing. Then you can follow the steps that they lay out. So then I'll go into that for a little bit, and I will look at, I'll make my posts on my page and stuff, and have conversations with people, and I talk to some leads that we have, and I don't know, then I'll work on ads or whatever else that I have going at the time. Interviews.
Yeah. Those are good.
Yeah. And then we have video training sessions every week too. Like, we have masterminds that we hold, and learning sessions on Tuesdays, and Wednesdays is busy because we have 2 on there, but they're great because you're continually learning and getting information and different insights from what you have. And if you have a problem, you can take it to them, which is super.
I love that. That we have these, I guess we'll call them breakouts, or Zooms, or masterminds. And, we have them for different age groups as well. we'll say over 50. And I know that there's under 50 as well,
Yeah.
because they all have a different mindset, right?
Oh, yeah.
And we learn at different levels. I know myself, like my thing was, I'm not tech savvy. What do you feel about that? Did you have any issues with that?
I did, because I've done computer work and I've been on Facebook, but I hadn't been on it to the extent that we use it. But our training is laid out in such a way that you don't need to have those skills, because you learn them as you go here, and you learn them in steps. So you're not getting slammed all at once with a bunch of stuff and you're going, oh my God. You learn it in steps, which is really nice. And you don't have to proceed to the next step until you're comfortable with the first one. That's really nice.
Right. Yeah, I like that too. I was like, I was kind of nervous about that because, like, I'm like you, where I very seldomly posted anything, if anything, just maybe answered to some of the posts.
Yeah. Or
And
shared
or shared, and then what you're not supposed to, or whatever, and all these stuff, and different, like kids were on Snapchat, or is that still around? I don't know.
Yeah.
Instagram, and all these platforms, and you see them with their, cell phones, and they're constantly doing this. And what I like about it is that a lot of things that I would ask my kids, and it's like, oh, Mom, really? You don't know how to do that? I'm like, no, like,
Yeah.
I'm not in that world.
Yeah.
But now I find that I'm in that world because it's kind of like, since, the past 3 years that the world's been evolving around, and that's our communication.
Yeah.
It is through the internet. And, we're streaming, we're paying bills, we're, Zooming. Look, you're in Saskatchewan, I'm in Ontario, and we're able to talk. Like, even, during the lockdown, obviously we've had our birthdays, and, we couldn't see family and stuff. And we learned to use the Zoom, right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
it was kind of great because, it was the easiest party that I've ever had. I didn't have to make any food.
Right.
Didn't have to clean up after anybody.
Yeah. Well, and that's just it. Like, learning how to use Zoom and stuff meant we have family that lives over in Europe, and we have one in Colombia and a couple in, Holland. So it's nice that we could all come together on a Zoom, and we did it weekly. So we were able to keep in contact with all of our families. So that's pretty nice.
So it's like kind of incorporated. I can see how your business has incorporated with your family and your personal events as well too. So it's kind of like a win-win situation.
Oh, it is, for sure. This has been awesome.
So how would one that's interested in like, is there an obligation? Like, if you start this, like, if you sign up, do you, like, what exactly, can you tell us how you get started?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, the good thing is that if you see the advertisement to join this and come in and sign up for the webinar, and you can sign up and watch the webinar, and there's absolutely no obligation to that. If you choose to go forward and you start, after you take the next step, then you get sent some pre-coaching videos, is what they're called, and you watch those. And if at that point you have chosen not to go forward, but you've paid your money, we have a 30-day money back, no question asked guarantee. You're going to get your money back within that first 30 days. So you can watch those videos as much as you want and make your decision. And if in the end you decide that it's not for you, then you just talk to your mentor, or the person you signed up under, and you just say, no, it's not for me at this time. And okay, well, here we go. We'll get you your money back.
Right. And there's a lot more than that. I mean, there's, like you said, there's the webinar that is held every Tuesday and Thursday.
Yeah.
Here in Ontario, it's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So in Saskatchewan would be 7 p.m.
7 right now. Yep.
Right. And I mean, I don't know about you, but I've really became best friends with Google a lot lately.
Yes.
I think a lot of us, and it's like, you ask Google everything. So basically, when we were planning this little chat, where are you, what time zone are you in? So I would just ask Google, what time zone is Saskatchewan in? And, what time would it be at such a time? And boom, we're done.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no,
Right.
Google is our friend.
Yep. Yes. And that's what helps me. I think rather than asking my kids, it's like, okay, I'll ask Google. Right. And that's a helpful tool that we find in our business as well.
Yes.
So actually, let's elaborate a little bit about the webinar. What can you share with us about the webinar?
So
Besides the fact,
they've recently, so what they do is we have people that come on every week, like on Tuesday and Thursday, different people too, not always the same person. And they're members of our community. And they run through a video that shows you what's involved with starting a business. It gives you some tips and tricks. It explains what we do and how we do it. And just gives you the option and so much information. It's really, there's a lot there. There's a lot there, but there's live testimonials. So that would be from people within the business that have had successes and are just starting out, and there's all different levels. So you don't have to sit there and listen to somebody who has been doing this for a few years and is making, big strides in their business, but you can also hear from somebody that's just starting and hear what they have to say, the struggles, the reasons why they started. So
right. And we usually have our whys as to why we want to start doing this, whether it be a side hustle, we need the extra income for, maybe putting our kids through college. Maybe it's the mortgage that we want to pay off and have more time freedom with our family. Maybe it's that RV that you've been eyeing on, or that, that vacation that you've been putting off for years and years.
yeah.
And, life is so short that why not do it?
Yeah, exactly. Like you need to, but once you have your why, you need to stick with it.
Right. Sorry.
And just remember what it is, the reason. That's your driving force for wanting to succeed.
Yeah. I mean, our driving force, in a traditional world is, go to work, come home, pay your bills, go to work, come home, pay your bills. We want to get away from that, right? If you want to get away from that monotony of that routine, and I'd rather be like, I'm going to spend time with my grandkids today, and take them out to the zoo, or go shopping and have lunch with them. Yeah, but that's all having money. But I can do that now because my business is working in the background.
Yes.
Like you said, once everything is set up, like, you're advertising your posts, and, you're engaging with people like yourself, like I like to cook, I like to garden, just like yourself.
Yeah.
And you mentioned that your husband, Ben, he likes to restore cars. Oh my God, I can talk to you about that. My husband, yeah, he not only restores cars, he seems to collect cars.
Yes.
So, right. And that takes money.
Yes.
And, we can only do that if we're making the money. Another thing I want to mention is that, it's not only this digital business, we've got 5 streams of income.
Yeah.
And
that's amazing.
Right. And when people used to say that, I'm like, what do you mean? Like, diversify. Diversifying is, I wish I listened to that years ago, because that's what we need to do nowadays, right?
Yeah.
I guess in our world, I'm saying, like, traditionally, diversifying would mean like getting 2 or 3 jobs where you have to spend time at those jobs. You finish your full-time job, grab something to eat, and then you're hopping on to a next job.
Yeah.
You don't need to do that. It's all under one complex where you are just, you're still doing what you love to do, but the automation is what's making it those 5 streams coming through, right?
That's right.
Is okay. So I've
Yeah,
explained it.
and that's nice. It's nice that we have that ability to, and you can choose the streams that you want to deal with, or work with, and that's awesome.
Exactly. Like you said before, you work on something that you're learning right now and don't jump in with, both feet. And that's a great thing to talk about. And, I always stress that to people that are interested is that, you need to be your own, do your own due diligence. There is a lot of out there that you have to be careful with, with the internet, what's going on. And, I think we've been on this long enough that we know, I know, and you have done your due diligence and you've done your research, and, the internet's been around a long time. You need to watch who you're dealing with, what companies. And I know I have, and I'm quite happy with it because this community has shown me many times that, I'm not alone. It's my business, but I'm not alone. And of course, what you put in is what you're going to get out, right?
Yes,
a lot of people think,
exactly.
oh, I'm going to sign up and it's going to do the work for me. It will, once you have yourself set up.
Yeah.
Right. And the great thing is having a mentor and a coach. And I'm coming from a brick and mortar business where the only mentor and coach that I have was my husband and I.
Yeah.
And maybe CRA, that would be my coach. Like,
coach you want to have.
I don't want that coach. It's like, you're due. You have to pay your bills. You have to pay your taxes, right?
But that's another thing about this business too, is that people think that we're not legitimate, but we are. We get a slip. We pay taxes on
T4A, yeah.
Yeah. We get the T4A every year. We have to file income tax for our business. Yeah. So this is not, something fly by night or that 4-letter word scam.
Yeah.
It's not. We're legitimate. We do legitimate work.
And I like the part that you can also transfer this business.
Yeah.
To your family, right?
Yeah.
And they can keep it going because it is a very, lucrative business. But again, you need to work at it. Just, a lot of people say, oh, I'm in business. But you
Are
need
you?
to. Yeah, are you? Like, like you can't just, do 1 hour. Some people, they are working full time and they do this part time. How do they fit it in? Well, they fit it in their lunch hour. They, just by answering the calls, the leads, the inquiries. So with that, I think, take a leap of faith and just try it. Like Nora said, you have 30 days, no obligation. And then, and there's so much more information that we can share with you. But the best way to do that is to come to our webinar, which, like Nora said, it's held every Tuesday and Thursdays. For us to do that in depth, they are the experts where they explain it better than us to do so. And just take that first step. And, just either go to my website or to Nora's. Well, we don't have our websites up, but you can just go to our pages, right? Mine is Ellen Aranyo and yours is Ben and Nora, correct?
Yes. And
just leave a comment and you can easily just, if you're interested, just do that. Look us up in our Facebook pages and
send us a message.
And just enter in with your name and your email address, and we'll send you a link to the webinar. And Bob's your uncle.
Have a look and get the information because there is a lot there. But by watching it, you can make an informed decision. You can see what we offer. because we offer a lot.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
true. I
Yeah.
didn't think there was, and I was skeptical at first myself, but then I did do my due diligence. I looked around and checked it out, and I like that the fact that there is a community and there is a mentor if you have any questions. Oh, and the other thing is, I mean, it's global. I've met friends
Yeah.
across, all over the world.
Yeah. From everywhere, Australia, the Philippines, the UK, the,
I'm
the
learning a lot of languages, that's for sure.
yes, which is a
Oh,
nice thing though, too. You
yes,
know?
exactly. And now that travel has been opening up, I have a lot of friends, like you said, across the ocean that have welcomed me as I have welcomed them here, and I'm looking forward to start meeting them as well. And it's amazing. I like that.
Yeah.
At first, no, I'm more of a very quiet person, and then the other thing is I'm more involved with my family because I don't know about you, but I always take pictures. I'm the one who takes pictures. So
Yeah.
now
So you're never in any.
I'm never in
Very
them. Somebody
few.
asked me for a picture of myself. I'm like, that's going to be a while.
Right.
now
I'm the
it's like,
same.
yeah, you want a picture? Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like I said, it's so portable that you can do that.
Yeah.
And well, Nora, this has been a pleasure. I mean, you're just so bright and you're so busy. I don't want to take up more of your time, but um, again, I want to thank you for our little chat. And this clarifies why you're so, you're busy and you have a business, a successful digital business that you're running, and also the mayor. Wow. A lot of people were like, wow, where did she find the time? So I hope we've answered their questions. And again, just take that one step and just go for it. Don't overthink it.
Yes. Don't overthink it, but
Right.
do your due diligence, and you will be amazed at what it is that this community has to offer, because that's what we are as a community. You become part of this global community, and everybody is there to help you. Yes, you own your own business, but you're not alone in it. You need
Not at
help.
all.
You ask for it, you get it.
I know. I remember a while back we had an issue. I can't remember what it was exactly, and we both zoomed up with somebody else, one of our other business partners. Remember that?
Yeah.
A couple of Saturdays we did that, or whenever it's convenient for us.
Yeah.
And she wasn't even in our country; she was across the ocean, I believe.
Yeah.
Right.
Across
So,
the
and
pond.
I'm like, yeah, while she was talking, I'm like, I was in awe saying, I can't believe we're doing this. Like, she was out in England or something.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how technology has evolved and it's getting better. So why not hop on now? Right.
Yeah.
And the other thing I want to mention is that, we have our training in different languages as well. So for those of you that think that it's just going to be in English, it's not. It's also we have it in 5 different languages.
Yeah.
Right. And then don't forget, we also have 5 streams of income that you can choose from. So get yourself comfortable with one, and then you can, evolve in other ones as well.
Well, and that's just it. Like, concentrate on the first one. Our training is laid out in a specific order, and it's laid out that way so that you do succeed. So follow it, and then get comfortable in one platform, and then move on to another one. You can use all the platforms all at once, but get comfortable with one at a time.
Exactly. Well, thank you again, Nora. This has been a great pleasure. It was nice to get back to with you again, have
Yeah.
another little Zoom, which has been a while.
Yes, it does.
Yes, thank you. And then one day, maybe, the 4 of us can get together. The guys can talk about cars.
Yeah. Yeah, we can talk.
Yeah. And
Good.
I know we've got a lot to talk about with gardening and stuff. I think we've got a lot in common as well, which is exactly what happens. We get to meet people that are a lot like ourselves too,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it's nice because you and I are not on the same team, but we are.
But we are,
Yeah,
exactly. Right.
but we
All
are.
right. Well, thank you for all, everybody. I appreciate. I know I've posted the comments that we received from Tina and from Darlene and from Judy. Judy, I believe, is from Alberta, and Tina is in New Brunswick, and Darlene is in Nova Scotia. I hope I got them all right.
Ooh, East Coasters.
Yeah, they're all East Coasters. So,
Yeah.
these are people that we've met throughout our business and continue to do so. And those of you that have any questions, please put it in our comments in our Facebook, however else you want to follow myself. My website is www.elenaragno.com. And Nora, yours is?
www.bennora.com.
There you go. So easy. bennora.com. All right, everybody. Thank you again, Nora. We'll talk to you soon, everyone. And ciao for now.
Thanks for having me. This was fun.
Oh, thank you. All right. Talk to you soon.
Bye.